What is sin? Something is not sin because it's bad or wrong. Sometimes something good can also turn out to be sin. Sin is a concept, not just an act. It's the concept of doing something amiss. In Romans 14:23, Paul shows us that whatever is done without faith is sin. So I may be doing something I consider as good, but it may turn out as sin if I didn't do it with absolute conviction. In truth, Paul used the example of eating meat offered to idols, explaining that whereas he can buy such meat and eat because of his spiritual understanding, another believer who copies him to eat without absolutely knowing why it's okay to eat it will be eating damnation upon himself. The fundamental sin of mankind is the rejection of God through Adam's disobedience. However, that was cured permanently by Jesus' sacrifice on the cross. As it stands today, mankind is forgiven in Christ. However, it can only be effective in your life when you believe in Jesus and accept him as Lord. So, sin against God is no longer an issue. Most sins people commit today are usually against their fellow man. That's why asking for forgiveness of sin must also take source from your fellow man that you've sinned against. If you slept with another man's wife, that's adultery. You must ask the woman's husband for forgiveness to be free of that guilt. It's not enough to go to church and cry from morning till night for God to forgive you. What about the man whose wife you defiled? That's why Jesus advised in Matthew 5:23-24 that if you come to the place of prayer or altar and you remember that you've offended someone, he says you should leave your offering, go back and make amends, then return to give your offering.